Hey guys, I'm Molly and I go and talk about our innermost thoughts. So, what I'm doing is I'm reading your thoughts and then I am breaking it down for you to understand so I can hear your thoughts. And I know that we are connected by our innermost thoughts. That's it. And I want to go and talk to you guys that right now I am in creator mode. I am feeling good inside and I am just making as many videos as possible for you guys. And that way you guys can go and see what it's like in my inner world. And what my goal is on this channel is to go and show you guys what is in here. Everyone has their own inner world, and what you go and do, like certain videos, certain posts that you do, or the way that you behave on the outside world is how it's going to translate on what is going on around you. So how your life is currently. And so something that we seem to forget is that right at birth, we are creators. We are meant to create. We humans crave to create. And did you guys know that if you are a creator, if you have that talent, and everyone does, then that is the highest level of intelligence. Did you guys know that? And it is the most fulfilling to do. And so we are taught at a very young age is that we are to forget to create. And we go and do what we are told and a certain path on what we're supposed to be doing with our lives. And for the longest time of my life personally, I went and followed that certain path. And was I happy? No, I was not. And currently, I do have you would be saying close to 9 to 5, but I'm planning with all of these creations that I make on this channel, and I go and sell my services and do coaching with you guys. And if you guys need help with organizing and cleaning tips, or if you want clarity, I can give you clarity, because I am sharing you guys my experience and what I have learned throughout life on how to create what I have right now. Right now, I am at peace with myself and I have fulfillment and I can hear myself think, and I am in pure happiness, and I honestly feel genuine love now. I am surrounded by the right people and the right thoughts and the encouragement that I need to go and create. And honestly, our way of viewing things, it's all in here, guys. All in here, all of it. And I have made point on multiple videos is that what you are thinking is a projection of everything around you. You think that it's out of your control, and you feel that it is all an outside force. But if you really look closely, it really is what's in here. And when we are given a life at the very beginning where it's a little contradictory and hard to understand, things get really confusing. But when you get older, you gain more clarity and you go and see what is it that you want more of, and the alignment. And something that I known for a long time, that and searching for a long time, is to feel at peace with myself and that fulfillment and pure happiness, and to do all the things I ever wanted to do and to create everything that I want, whatever is in here. So the way that my brain works, guys, is that I go and think, I go and I have like in my mind, I see so much magic in my mind. And even if I went and told you it would be years and years. Like it is so out of my realm of how long I live. That's so much magic that I have in my mind that I want to share to the outside world. And what the heck do I mean magic? Magic is hope and certain light. And if you read my bio, I talk about how we each have light inside of us, and there are so many different things, a representation of light or hope, whatever it is that you want to call it, hope, light. And what I want to do is do as much as possible to show you guys what is all the signs of hope, and making you realize that you are that and you have light inside of yourselves, and you guys are the creator of everything, of whatever that you desire. Like for me, I thought for a long time that I could not achieve all the things that I ever wanted. It took me years of inner work to go and realize, no, I actually can, and I have it. I have all the tools right now. But I couldn't see it because I was so focused on thinking of how I had to do this or that kind of thing. So for an example, we think in our minds that we have to have a 9 to 5 in order to pay the bills. And yes, I get it. You gotta pay the bills, or else you don't have a roof over your head, you don't have food on the table, and you don't you don't go and have water. I get that. And what I've done for myself is I would go and make sure that I lower down the amount of my bills as much as possible. And then I go and figure out how much I make. So I go and make the amount of whatever the bills are, and I just make it so it's just that much. So I cut down my time. So it's from 7 to 2 p.m. And then I am exhausted. So I go and take a nap because I woke up at like 5:30 a.m. to, get things going. And then I go and realize I have this open window where I can go and do things. So on Friday, I ended up just taking off because I realized for myself, I can go and work, but I can't make videos because my type of job, I cannot be doing that kind of thing. And so I went and took off Fridays. And then on Friday and Saturdays, I go and make content for you guys, and I just create, and I feel at peace with myself. And then on Sunday I can go and do some more if that's what I want. And then after 3 p.m. I eat, and then if I have time, I'll go and make more videos for you guys, or whatever content that is. And my goal is to go and create a community with all of you guys. And I want you guys to know that you are not alone in your innermost thoughts, and you can talk about it, guys. You can talk about it, because I was taught at a very young age that you are not to do that. And there are a lot of things that I thought of, and I've always wished to share it because I think it's so important on certain subjects, and a lot of people don't want to talk about it. On here, we are allowed to talk about whatever it is that we want to talk about, and I go and respond to you guys. If you crave for understanding and clarity, I can give you that and show you guys the patterns, because I can go and look at all the patterns, because I've learned to be an observer at a very young age, and I found out all the patterns out there. And then I go and dissect it. And then what I do is I go and I'm able to analyze myself, and then I go and, figure out what certain thoughts that I'm thinking and what they're thinking. And I go and come up with so many conclusions that I have came up with in those videos, those reflections that I went and gave you guys to help you guys out, so that way you can live that peaceful, fulfilling life that you crave for. We all want that for ourselves, and we all want to have all the abundance that there is possible in this world. Like, we are not to go and live a life of just misery and missing out on things that we've always thought in our head. If you went and thought in your head that, I don't know, something that you've always wanted, like a certain car or house, or, having a pet, and there's a reason why that you thought of that. Is because there is a possibility that you can have that, or else you wouldn't even think that, period, right? And so you have to think of it that way, guys, that when it comes to things that we have always desired, is because it's within us, that we know deep down that we can achieve it, or else it would never even been thought of, period. And when it comes to certain objects, what you can do is imagine yourself with that. So if you feel that you just can't, obviously you don't have that car that you want, well, imagine yourself having that car that you have, okay, that you've always wanted. And remind yourself that when it comes to an object, guys, it is just, an object is something, how would I describe this? An object is a material item, meaning that it can be destroyed and lose its value. And you have to think of this way, that what you really want is that feeling of yourself in that car, right? And so you have certain thoughts, okay? So I'm gonna go and let's break this down. So let's say it's a car that you want. I don't really know. You probably want that peacefulness when you get in that car, right? It's silent, and you want your privacy, right? So you go and think to yourself of what does it feel like? So let's say you're in the car and you're just sitting there at peace. You're sitting here like this, exactly like this, right? And you can go and feel that steering wheel. I don't know, is it leather? I don't know, probably you want leather. Leather, right? So you go and feel it in your mind. Okay, that's awesome. And then you want to go fast. If it's a sports car, I'm assuming that's what it is. So you go and imagine yourself putting your foot on the gas pedal and you going really fast, and you can imagine that in your head, right? And so I'm gonna go and help you guys imagine what it is that you want, and I'm just gonna base it off of what most people want, okay? So but first I want to go over something that what we really want internally. So when we have an object, in reality, the object is giving us certain emotions of the specific emotion of just being at peace with yourself in general, of what you, in general, of how you feel right this instant. So what you really want in your life is to just be like this, to be at peace, to not go and you just want to be able to hear your thoughts. You want to go and, you know, just be able to do what you want in life, right? I'm pretty sure that's what you want. And to feel fulfilled in whatever talent that you have to offer, right? And then pure happiness and just simply being, just being there. So let's say it's a house, because I think a lot of people, it's probably a house or an apartment or something of that sort. So when you are in a house, so once you guys close your eyes, when you guys are in a house, whatever dream house, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go and imagine yourself with that key. So what does it feel like to go and like you signed your papers? So let's say it's apartment house, so you have papers, right? And you have to sign the paperwork to go and get that house, like, claim that it's yours, right? So you imagine yourself. So right now you see your signature, you do your regular signature. And what does that give you inside? Does it give you power? Does it give you peace of mind to know that you have a place to live? Does it give you just fulfilling your dream, just pure happiness? Is that what this is giving you guys when you sign the papers? So ask yourself, what is that giving me when I do this? Now, let's say now the I guess, is it the realtor? I guess it's the realtor that went and gave you the key to the place. So when you are handed the key to this place, what are you feeling inside, and what are your thoughts? Is it when you hold the key, you're thinking, oh, finally I have it, yes, I can't wait to just run into the place, right? What do you feel that it's cold, right? I'm assuming the key is cold, and you're feeling the ridges of the key, right? And you're like, oh, this is my place where I'm gonna feel at peace, because I am away from everyone that has been bothering me. Is that what it is? So is that what your thought is? You have to ask this to yourself. I don't know what it is, why you would want it, but everyone's reasoning is different. But it could be that when you're holding the key, are you feeling just so much energy that you could go and do whatever you want and run around, and you're able to, if you don't want to wear clothes 24/7, well, now you can go and do whatever it is in that place. So you can feel yourself and see yourself doing that. Okay, now you have the key and you're gonna go and open the door. So some doors creak, I don't really know. Maybe the place that you want it creaks, I don't really know. So imagine that sound, right? When you go in. So we'll just say it creaks, I don't really know. So you're gonna hear that sound, or you're just gonna hear that sound like a regular door that opens, okay? So imagine that sound in your brain of opening the door. Okay, now when we are at a door, guys, we are welcoming in everything of whatever situation that happens inside. So a door is a gateway to whatever it is that you want, right? That you crave for. So if you feel that this place is going to give you solace and you can focus on what you love, then you go and see yourself jumping for joy in there, right? And you see that it's a gateway to whatever reality it is that you're craving. So it's a step to get where you want. Okay, so now you are in there, right? and you can go and you heard the door open, right? And now it has that clean smell of a place, right? It has like, I don't, sometimes it's a new paint smell for some people. Maybe it's a vintage smell. It just really depends on your preference. Okay, so now you're smelling that place, right? You can smell it. And now you want to go and touch the counters. So maybe you got like granite countertops. I don't really know what it is. Plastic countertops, and you're touching the coldness of it, or the well, I don't think they warm. I've never heard of a countertop that's able to be warmed up, but you're feeling that smoothness, that cleanness, right, guys? So just imagine yourself doing that, okay? Now, so you are touching this countertop and you're imagining yourself go and doing all the things that you want to do. So all the creations that you've always wanted to do, if you're, whatever gifts and talents that is, okay? So you're seeing yourself at a counter making, creating, doing whatever it is that you want. Okay, so now you've touched it, okay? And now when it comes to tasting, so taste the air. I hope it's clean, the air. So you can go, but if it's a place that has a lot of nature, you can go out and smell that nature. Nature has a certain smell. I can't really pinpoint it, but it has this certain smell, guys, okay? So I'm imagining the smell of, I guess, the backyard or the front yard or whatever it is. So you envision that. Okay, so you smell the flowers and you're seeing whatever plants it is that you really want. I don't really know what plants you want, but for me, I probably would want very colorful, vibrant, springy colors. That's what I'm seeing that I would personally want, but for you it would be different. Okay, so imagine that in your brain of you are smelling the nature, you're seeing all of the plants that you always wanted, or if you're a plant person, I don't really know, or if you are really big about clean air, or you're big about airwick, and you can smell that, right? So you're smelling that, in the place. Now, when smell, touch, hear, taste, and what was the other one? Shoot, I can't seem to remember. Oh, sight. So now you're seeing it, guys. So you look around, so you're imagining it, and it's as if it's in real time, and you're like walking through the blueprint of the place, right? So you're gonna just walk around, walk in the place in your mind, and you're seeing it. So let's say like you're looking around and like, it's right there, it's physical, right? And you're not able to go and see for yourself. So for me, I went into the place, like the model homes, and I went there constantly over and over again, and it went and solidified in my mind of me seeing the place, imagining myself there. Now, let's say it's far away, right? And it is, it's in another state. This place that you want, I don't really know. Let's just say that. So what you can do is you can go pull it up online, and they have 3D models as if you walking in the home. Like, that's how good it is when it comes to these modules. And what you can do is, and if you really want it to be you are really seeing everything and all that because you are very physical. I totally get it. I'm very physical kind of person. Like it has to be right there in front of me because we humans seem to forget imagination, and imagination is the key to go and have the world that you want, all that magic, the hope and the light in your life, guys. And so what you do is, if you are so physical person and you feel you have forgotten if you've forgotten on how to imagine, then you have to think outside the box when it comes to seeing what it is that you've crave for. So for an example, if it is a place of whatever, and you look up, there's a module and you're walking in to the place, you can imagine yourself there, and you going down the hallway, you go in the rooms, and you go in the kitchen, and you start imagining, okay, where would I place my coffee maker? Where would I go and place my blender, or whatever it is that you are very like that's important to you, I guess. So when you go and do the modules, you can go and see on where it would be placed, because it's right in front of you, right? Now let's say it's a car situation, because I'm just doing what most people really want in their like right in front of them. Okay, so when it comes to a car, they do have modules online, where it's as if you are sitting in the car. Okay, so you can pull up that and you can start like seeing yourself in the car. So when you walk in, like they even have like 3D, like a 360 kind of vibe thing, and you just go around. So it's like you're imagining yourself walking around the place. Now, if you are, you go, and when you do the 360 and you have this craving to have, like, I don't know, like a certain body or whatever, then you go and envision yourself looking like what it is that you've always thought of. So you see yourself walking around this car, kind of deal. And then you go in the car and it'll show you on the view of you being, where the front windshield is a lot of the time, and then opening the trunk, and then opening up the gas tank thing, and you can go and imagine yourself, if it's electric, charging it, or putting the gas thing in. So just envision it in that way, guys. So it's a house, it's a car for a lot of people. If it's a animal, what you can do is just, if it's a specific animal that you've always gravitated towards, well, go and look up videos of that specific animal and see it play, and it will put you in a good mind frame of and happiness, and it will increase your frequency. And then when you are ready, and when you're ready, then you will go and have that animal that you want, okay? If that is what you really want in your reality, guys. So a lot of the time that is what I'm seeing. And another thing is also just you could just take a snapshot of whatever it is that you want, and then put it on the front screen of your phone. And every single time you go and look at your phone, basically it's a dopamine hit every single time. Click, 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 click. And then you're gonna be on your phone at night for most people, so it's like clicks in your brain. Click, 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 click. And so what it is telling your brain, it is possible for me to go and get this, and you're gonna dream about this over and over and over and over and over again. And your mind is gradually seeing that you can have that, okay? And then it comes into what is now, right this instant. So you have to think of it that way, guys, when it comes to what you really want out of life. But honestly, a lot of the time when it comes to any sort of object or any sort of, social, like if you want like tons of friends and all that, honestly, it really comes down to really just feeling. You want that feeling of what happiness is, fulfillment, and peace with yourself. At the end of the day, because at the end of the day, we all go to bed, right? We all have to sleep, okay? Now, are you going to be having these objects there when you are sleeping? Okay, so if it's an animal, right, you have the animal, right? But when you are asleep, like you are not aware of everything, right? Kind of, you don't really have it because, you're in your mind, you're dreaming and all that. So you have to view it in that way, guys, that is just material items, okay? It's just material items. What you really want is what's inside of yourself, and you want certain answers inside. That's what you want, okay? And we are taught at a very young age is to want and to crave more and more, and not be happy and satisfied with what we have right this instant. Because I went and fell into that trip of wanting more and more and more and not be fulfilled constantly. And it took so much work for me to realize that what I really want is just be able to hear my thoughts, guys, and that peacefulness, and to not be disturbed, and just to be able to go on long walks, and just, being able to just sit there in silence, and, I don't have to hear screaming, So you have to think of it in that way, guys. If that is what you really want, try out my suggestions. And honestly, when it comes to whatever it is, the key is your 5 senses and imagination. And if you have a hard time with imagination, then you can start out small, or you can go and think outside the box, such as what I said, modules online, and see yourself there. Then it will happen. I swear it will happen. All my life, guys. I literally will go and put a bet on my life, okay? So seriously, that is what has worked for me, and I know it works for you. I know. So the key is to go and put it on your phone. If at least that, guys, at least on your phone, and it's gonna keep giving you that dopamine. Click, 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 over and over and over in your head. It's getting slammed in your head that this is possible, over and over and over in your head. And that is something that I have learned, and I know that this works because I'm moving into my dream place soon. And I've found my inner peace with myself, so I know it works. Those that have watched me from the very beginning, you know that it took a lot of work to get where I am here, okay? And I know that using the 5 senses is what's going to envision yourself there, because we are given a body to experience things with our 5 senses. We are given that, and we seem to forget that. In actual reality, we really don't need the body to experience things. It's just really thoughts in your mind. But it seems that we are so ingrained in our brain that we can't even hear our thoughts. And so we think what is right in front of us, right at face value. And I get it. I was just like that, seeing everything at face value, and I couldn't see what was past. And I would be up for hours all night long trying to figure this out. And honestly, the key is just your imagination. Imagination is that powerful, and everything in here is all going to come out eventually. Okay, it just takes time, and my goal is to go and help you guys there. So in the comments, tell me that you are creator, and what is it that you desire, crave for, and you're gonna go and put down using your 5 senses. Okay, the key is use your 5 senses, write it down, make the list, and then say what you're gonna see, what you're gonna hear, what you're gonna smell, what you're gonna touch, all that. Put that down in the comments, and I'm gonna go and tell you guys on my thoughts on this and help you guys get wherever it is that you crave for. But I'm telling you guys that right now, this instant, that you already have it right now. It's just that you're not really seeing it. Possibly those that know that they have everything that they want and are super happy internally, at this point, you and I are in the car and we are just driving. We have the music up loud in the car and we have the windows down and we're just enjoying this ride together. We don't even have anything in the trunk. We are so rich to the point that when we arrive at whatever place, random stops, it's not even a destination. We stop at the most random places just to enjoy, and we buy whatever we want. We get whatever we want there, guys, together. And we're just enjoying that experience. And when during the day we go out and about together and we're just enjoying that and just experiencing it with just pure happiness. And then when nightfall happens, we reflect, and we can go and talk all night together. We go and imagine me and you, and we're laying down on the grass and we're staring at the sky and we see all these stars up there, all the light, all the hope up there, because the sky is so infinite. And we go and see the bigger picture, and we just stare at the sky in amazement and just enjoy for what it is.